Welcome to Community House. We're so grateful to have each and every one of you joining us here for this monumental and historic moment. Community House is the nation's first transitional housing program designed to serve the unique needs of LGBTQ plus veterans. We're thrilled to have you today as we celebrate this significant milestone for our community. My name is Eric Valentine, and I am the Program Director of Minority Veterans of America, which is an organization dedicated to creating a community and a national movement for minority veterans and our allies. We advocate equity, we advocate respect, and we advocate justice for all veterans. Today, we've come together to honor the vision that brought Community House to life. A safe haven for those who have served our country with pride, who have served our country with honor, regardless of their identity. To kick off our program, it's my pleasure to introduce the renowned interior designer, exterior designer, landscape architect, delivery person, professional painter, etc., etc. Lindsay Church, the Executive Director of Minority Veterans of America. Lindsay's been the driving force behind this project, and I'm excited to have her here.
You're much taller than I am. All right. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for being here to celebrate this incredible moment with us. Community House was born from a dream, a vision where every veteran, regardless of who they are, how they identify, or who they love, has a safe place to call home. Today, we are one step closer to realizing that dream. And I cannot begin to express the gratitude I feel for each of you who have believed in it and invested your time, talents, and hearts into making it possible. LGBTQ veterans have always been an integral part of the fabric of our armed forces. Throughout history, our community has served at higher rates than our cisgender and heterosexual counterparts, sometimes the rates as high as double. Driven by the same call to serve, the same desire to protect, and the same love for this country. Yet, our service has often been marked by hardship, marred by policies like Don't Ask, Don't Tell, and the military trans ban, leaving lasting scars that many of us carry to this day. When we return home, we often find ourselves overlooked, our sacrifices minimized, our needs disregarded, and our very identities politicized. Community House stands as our response to that reality. It's a home built by LGBTQ veterans, for LGBTQ veterans, with the vision of a brighter future for us all. It is a labor of love, hope, and resilience. But more than that, it is a testament to the belief that every veteran, no matter who they are, deserves dignity, respect, and a place to feel safe, a place to call home. We dedicate Community House to the generations of LGBTQ veterans, past, present, and future, who serve this country in silence and with pride. We stand here today because of the courage of trailblazers like Marsha P. Johnson, Harvey Milk, Christine Jorgensen, Leonard Matlovich, and countless others who sacrificed so much for us to live the lives that we live today. For us to be seen not just as veterans, but as LGBTQ veterans, with equal pride in both. Their legacy lives within these walls, and it will continue to thrive in the generations of LGBTQ veterans who find safety and shelter here. In honoring them, we make a commitment to fight relentlessly, ensuring that no veteran is ever left behind, that every one of us has the opportunity to feel joy, to be safe, and to know love. This moment would not be possible without the collective efforts of so many. From the very beginning, Minority Vets have been supported by a community that believed in this vision. And today, look at what we built. Because of you. Your dedication, your passion, and your belief in a brighter future that brought us here to this moment. Now, I want to leave you each with 2 calls to action. First, Help us find the future residents of Community House, those who need this resource most. Second, let's work together to ensure that while Community House may be the first of its kind, it certainly won't be the last. I want to take a moment to thank to those who made today possible. The incredible team at Minority Vets, Eric Valentine, Ash Wallace, Bob Jensen, Melissa Boatwright, and so many others, both here today and supporting from afar. Our partners at King County, especially the incredible Megan Stanley and Evan Brennan, wherever you are. We have been partners with King County for over half a decade at this point, and we signed a 50-year contract. So we will be partners for a very long time. I also want to thank the talented crew at Kaler Painting who brought the vision for Community House to life. Y'all did not disappoint, despite my wild and ambitious dreams. Lilith, thank you for not saying no to very many things. Our partners at Mayor Key Communications and the National Center for Homeless Veterans, our longtime supporters at REI who have believed in our dreams since the very beginning, to our congressional partners, to our VA partners, to our White House partners, to all of these DC folks who have come all the way here, to the other Washington, please make sure they feel the POW love, to be here to mark this really incredible occasion. So thank you for that. On a personal note, I want to thank my family, my beautiful wife Jess, who's somewhere around here, our little ray of sunshine Harlow, who was over there, and my mom, who are all here today. I think my mom's over there making sure the baby. You've not only believed wholeheartedly in me and this work, but you've encouraged me at every turn to keep pursuing what I knew was possible. You make sacrifices every single day, and I'm grateful for your love and support. Community House is more than just a building. It's a sanctuary, a place of hope, and a symbol of what we can accomplish when we come together. It stands as a reminder that no matter the challenges we face, when we believe in each other, when we fight both for and alongside each other, we can create a world where we are all valued, respected, and safe. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this journey.
Thank you, Lindsay. As always inspiring, always on fire, and always that heart of fire is built for service, and I greatly appreciate it. Our next speaker is Dr. Maria Lorente, the Deputy Assistant under the Secretary for Health at the Department of Veteran Affairs. Dr. Lorente has been instrumental in addressing health disparities for veterans. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Lorente to the stage.
So I'm even shorter. Good afternoon, esteemed colleagues, honored guests, and distinguished leaders. Before I begin my remarks, I'd like to ask that we take a moment to say thank you to those of you who are here today who are veterans, who served our country honorably and with pride. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. It is such a privilege to be here with you on this most joyous occasion, the grand opening of Community House. Love the name. A groundbreaking initiative that speaks to our shared mission to truly support all veterans. And today, we will focus on LGBTQ+ veterans who face unique challenges on their journey to finding a place just to simply call home. It's my honor to represent the Department of Veterans Affairs on behalf of our Undersecretary, Dr. Sharif El-Nahal. I'd like to recognize and thank some of the leaders who have made this event possible. We deeply appreciate Senator Patty Murray and Representatives Pramila Jayapal and Adam Smith, Tahina Montoya, White House Office of Public Engagement, and John Harry from the House Veterans Affairs Committee. Your tireless advocacy for veterans has been instrumental in advancing initiatives like the one that we're celebrating today. I also want to acknowledge and thank the visionary, Lindsay Church, Executive Director of Minority Veterans of America. I'd like to recognize Dow Constantine, King County Executive, Cindy Gordon, National Coalition for Homeless Veterans, and Roma McCabe, Vice President of Public Affairs and Impact for REI. I'm very proud to stand alongside these dedicated individuals. I want to highlight Bridget Raposa, the LGBTQ+ coordinator here at VA Puget Sound, who plays a vital role in offering support, services, and resources to LGBTQ+ veterans. Her contact information, by the way, is available on the VA Puget Sound website. Just type LGBTQ+. And I'd like to acknowledge Kara Frank, the Director of Community Housing and Outreach Services, also here at VA Puget Sound. But we're here to celebrate community. It is more than transitional housing. As you heard, it is a beacon of hope. It is a sanctuary for LGBTQ+ veterans, a community specifically designed to recognize the true identity of the individual, provide support, and foster a sense of belonging. It is a model of care. It's more than a transitional home. It is a place that addresses the inequities too often faced by LGBTQ+ persons. Those inequities, unfortunately, often do lead to unstable housing and homelessness. But community is the solution and a significant milestone towards addressing and removing those inequities. I want to extend my deepest thanks to the entire team at Community House, as well as the dedicated staff and volunteers who've worked so tirelessly to make this vision a reality. Your commitment to providing culturally informed care, along with safe and inclusive housing, is a testament to the power of compassion and collaboration. To our partners in King County, your investment in this home marks a tremendous milestone, not only for LGBTQ+ veterans in this community, but also as a replicable model, as you heard, for veterans nationwide. And ultimately, when veterans prove that something can happen, it also moves over to serve our civilian counterparts. At the Department of Veterans Affairs, we strive to ensure that each veteran feels seen, respected, and most importantly, valued for who they truly are. Community House embodies that mission. It's a space where LGBTQ veterans can heal, rebuild, and ultimately thrive. Together, we're building a future where every veteran has access to the care, respect, and resources they have earned through their service and so nobly deserve. So thank you all for being a part of this incredible day, for your continued commitment to serving veterans, and thank you for inviting us to participate in this event.
Thank you, Dr. Lorente. We are honored to have representatives from both our local and national governments here today. So please allow me to welcome Dow Constantine, the County Executive for King County.
Thank you so much. I am thrilled to be able to be here to celebrate the grand opening of Community House. Community House is the first in the nation transitional home specifically for LGBTQ+ veterans experiencing homelessness, and it offers them a safe and inclusive environment with tailored holistic case management. Now, until now, the King County Veterans Program, which is a robust local veterans program, did not have a culturally informed housing option tailored to meet the unique needs of LGBTQ veterans. Now, when LGBTQ veterans seek shelter with us, we will have a safe home to offer. We will have a place dedicated to building a supportive and affirming community for them. We recognize this as a gap in our service, and that recognition allowed us to be more responsive through our Veteran Seniors and Human Services levy, thank you to the people of King County, and allowed us to award funding to Minority Veterans of America to operate this community house, apparently for all eternity. We are grateful to partner with them, marking a significant milestone in our work to serve those who have served our nation. We're also pleased to partner with MVA on 2 additional investments through the Vets, Seniors, and Human Services Levy that will continue to build a service system that is inclusive of all LGBTQ veterans. MVA will conduct outreach across King County to connect with veterans, connect service members and their families with resources, and provide training for the veteran-serving community. Community House helps us continue building on our progress to reduce veterans' homelessness. Our work includes the Collaborative Case Management Program. That is an award-winning first-in-the-nation program, once again, that blends federal housing vouchers with local housing navigation and support services through our King County Veterans Program. Now, since launching in 2021, it has helped reduce veteran homelessness in King County by 40% and permanently housed nearly 200 veterans. So I want to thank all of our Veterans Affairs partners. Your collaboration with King County Veterans Program has helped ensure in King County we have access to permanent housing after participating in transitional housing programs like Community House. And thank you to everyone for joining us here today, helping us live up to our responsibility to serve everyone who has served this nation, including those who have returned not always to unqualified thanks, but sometimes to marginalization. This is our statement, that we stand for every veteran, and we are here to serve them as they have served us. Thank you so much for making today possible.
Thank you, Dow. It's greatly appreciated. I want to take a really quick moment just to name a few people here today, because they have been also instrumental in the process and been huge supporters both behind the scenes and on the scene as well. My 9-year-old daughter is here somewhere. It's been a very lengthy process getting to this house. They have been at pretty much every house that we visited along the way before we got to this one. Very long days of painting and being bored. I'm sure it wasn't what they imagined for a summer vacation, but they stuck it out. At one point, Nicole's daughter was here as well, helping us out, and they just got down to it and took styrofoam and started fighting in the basement. And that's great, right? The community is community. We love it. We're warm and welcoming. I've also got Katie Joy here from Paralyzed Veterans of America, a wonderful, wonderful advocate and a huge supporter. So many great people that I will name throughout the course of today. But next, we have a distinguished member of the House of Representatives, Pramila Jayapal. Representative Jayapal has been a strong advocate for veteran rights and LGBTQ plus issues, so let's welcome her to the stage.
Thank you so much, Eric, and good afternoon, everybody. It's wonderful to be with you. I'm so proud that this house is right here in the 7th Congressional District that I have the honor of representing in Congress. And this is such a great celebration, this completion of a critically important housing project that will support LGBTQ plus veterans impacted by housing insecurity. And I have to say that being in DC, and by the way, Lindsay, I am local. Just want to make sure everyone knows I represent this district. I do have to spend some time in the other Washington, but I'm from right here. And we are just so honored that Lindsay Church has been the leader that they have been in Washington, D.C. and right here at home. They have come to numerous events to educate our members about LGBTQ plus issues. They are the most remarkable advocate, and you can tell because not only is there one Congress member here, there's two, including the ranking member of the Veterans Affairs Committee, the King County Executive, representatives from the White House and the Department of Veterans Affairs. I mean, Lindsay Church gets it done every single moment. That's really unusual, and I really do want to thank the entire Minority Veterans of America team, because we have relied on you so much in so many different ways, and we're so grateful that this is an opportunity for us to say thank you back. Supporting our veterans and their transition back to civilian life is essential, and it's essential to provide the kind of support you've been hearing about this morning to our LGBTQ plus veterans who often face much greater health and housing challenges after their military service. Community House will make an incredible impact, not only for the individuals who reside here, but also as a model, showing communities across the country what it looks like to provide better options for our veterans that have served us. And as the proud mom of a trans kid myself, the LGBTQ plus community is incredibly close to my heart. I co-chair the Trans Equality Task Force with Representative Sarah Jacobs in Congress, and we have really been working very hard to make sure that we can protect the rights and the dignity and the respect of all LGBTQ plus people across our country. Yet we all unfortunately see time and time again through reports, through data, and through the stories of loved ones, just how many hurdles discrimination can actually create. And that is certainly true when it comes to housing. And that's why I've been proud to help lead efforts in Congress to help ensure that our LGBTQ plus communities are protected from discrimination, from hate, and are able to live safely and freely as their authentic selves. Legislation that we've been proud to partner with minority vets on, like my Trans Bill of Rights, which would provide a comprehensive policy framework to provide protections for transgender and non-binary people, is absolutely essential to that vision. And I'm also so proud to support, as our entire Democratic caucus does, the Equality Act, which would finally prohibit discrimination based on sex, sexual orientation, and gender identity in every field. Also proud to have stood with MVA in efforts to urge the VA to allow gender-affirming surgery and to revoke VA regulations that have prohibited certain often life-saving gender-affirming healthcare to transgender veterans. All of this work comes at a time when we know that in the Seattle area, indeed across the country, it is critically important for us to tackle housing issues. The cost of rent is too darn high everywhere in the country, and consequently out of reach for so many. And we know that our veterans are actually at the front lines of that increased risk of homelessness. And that's especially true for LGBTQ plus veterans. And that's why at a time when LGBTQ plus freedoms are under attack in our country, I am committed to working with my colleagues in Congress, with our partners on the outside, to make sure we do everything we can to defend your rights and freedoms in the way that you have so, LGBTQ plus veterans have so incredibly passionately and dedicatedly defended our rights and freedoms. So thank you again to all the leaders of Minority Vets of America for your steadfast leadership on this issue and your work to protect and house our LGBTQ plus veterans and to ensure that our country lives up to our great ideals. It's an honor to represent you in Congress.
Thank you very much, Representative Jayapal. A couple more shout-outs. I see Gary Lott in the house. Gary is another person who's just been down for the veteran community. Just heads up, you see Gary, know a camera's out, so don't be picking your nose. Gary is always filming, always taking pictures. We also got Dr. Catherine Pratt in the house. Dr. Catherine Pratt is our other co-founder along with MVA to start this movement. Again, another person that we could not be here without. And we've got the very own David Puente from your Washington Department of Veteran Affairs. I always wanted to say yours. I feel a lot cooler now. Our next speaker is also from the House of Representatives, Adam Smith. Representative Smith has a long history of supporting our veterans and ensuring they receive the care they deserve. Please welcome me and with a round of applause for Representative Adam Smith.
Thank you. It is great to be here, and I too want to start by thanking Lindsay. Your incredible leadership for veterans across the district, across the country, for all veterans, but it's particularly for the LGBTQ community, has made an enormous difference. And I know you also do a great job of working with my office, Congressman Jayapal's office, other offices, to help us to help you, to let us know what's going on and how we can be helpful. You have been an incredible leader and a great service to your country. Thank you very, very much for all you have done. It is great to be here. I am incredibly passionate about this issue, in large part because I live it on the Armed Services Committee, ranking member of the House Armed Services Committee, by the way. Not veterans, but it's close.
He's gonna get me for that later.
That's but we have to fight these issues every single year. Lindsay mentioned some of them, the trans ban, don't ask, don't tell. Even going forward now, getting justice for the don't ask, don't tell people who were wrongfully discharged from the military, and getting them the proper status for what that discharge means. And we have made progress. We did get rid of don't ask, don't tell. We did get rid of the trans ban. But I want to remind everyone here something you already know. We have to fight this literally every year. It has become, when the Republicans are in charge of the House, which I know this isn't a political event, but I'll go ahead and say this, which God willing will come to an end on November 6th, November 5th, I guess, and we won't have to go through that. But when they're in charge, we have to fight this battle every year. The language that gets put into the National Defense Authorizing Act to discriminate against the LGBTQ community is one of the main things that we fight about to finally get the bill passed at the end of the year. This is an ongoing battle, and one of the many reasons why Community House and what the minority vets do is so incredibly important. We have a ways to go to convince the country that they should stop being bigoted against the LGBTQ community. And I want to thank King County for their vision and Dow for getting this house built and working with the people to do it as one important step in that battle. But it is a long and difficult fight to get to the equality that we deserve. And I'll make a point here that probably not a lot of folks think about in that way, but as the ranking member of the Armed Services Committee, we need people to serve in the military, in case you hadn't noticed, and we have been missing our recruitment goals. But one of the ways to meet that is to let everyone in this country know that they are welcome and that they will be treated fairly and that they will have an honest chance to be equal in serving in the country. And the bigotry and the discrimination against the LGBTQ community makes that difficult. And it robs us of talent. It has always been the dumbest thing about racism and misogyny and bigotry and discrimination. The cruelty is certainly the worst thing about it. But one of the dumbest things about it is the talent that it denies all of us in trying to accomplish what we're trying to accomplish in this world. It's a complicated, difficult world. There are no easy solutions to the problems. You need to bring, one of the phrases they like to use in the military is bring talent to the problem. Why would you deny yourself talent based on the color of a person's skin, their sexual preference, or anything else that doesn't matter? It's stupid. We need to stop doing it. We need to be inclusive so that we can have the strongest possible country and also have justice. And these issues are one way to really shine a bright light on how we should do it, as opposed to sometimes how some people are doing it. So again, I really want to thank the minority vets for their leadership on this issue. Their leadership certainly for the LGBTQ community, but also for veterans, to make sure that they honor their service. Because when we are recruiting, it is a continuum. You recruit the person, certainly you want them to join, but then you want to show that they are going to be taken care of throughout the continuum of their service and beyond when they are veterans. Do we honor the commitment that they made to this country? If we do so, we will be a better, just, more fair country, but also we'll be able to recruit people. More people will be willing to serve in the military. We'll be able to meet the needs of this country. So it's great to be here at Columbia House. Beautiful house, by the way. Lovely spot. I think it is a great start. Hopefully there will be many more. Thank you very much.
Sorry, everybody, bear with us.
Technology.
This is not our technology. Ashley died.
Okay, all right, while we're working that out, I'll give a couple more shout outs. We got Allison McGregor in the house. Allison has been an instrumental supporter.
Thank you, Daniel Byman. Great to have you. Well, rescue and recovery is continuing in North Carolina and other parts of the East Coast now after Helene just ravaged the region with hurricane force winds and catastrophic storm surge. At least 177 people are now confirmed dead across 6 states, while hundreds of others are still missing. More than 6,000 National Guard troops are racing to get aid, food, and clean water to all of those still in need. And right now, President
Anybody want a little bit of news? We just wanted to get
Yeah. So Allison McGregor has been instrumental with us from our early days. Proud supporter, financially, emotionally, all of it. If you have seen Lindsay and I's TEDx, I have bragged about being a great hugger, and I love hugs. Allison gives phenomenal hugs, like pressure applied, and I love that. So many amazing people here. I love to see all these lovely voices, and this doesn't even scratch the surface in terms of how many amazing supporters we've had throughout this project. We're now privileged to have with us Tahina Montoya, Senior Advisor for the White House Office of Public Engagement. Tahina's work in the administration has focused on engaging communities and promoting equity. Please join me in welcoming Tahina Montoya.
Hi, good afternoon. First, it's really empowering and amazing to see so many familiar faces, including my predecessor, Jennifer Hunt, who has done so much work in this space as well. So it's so good to see all of you. It's a sincere honor to be here with you all this afternoon to celebrate the opening of Community, a home that combined with this serene location offers a supportive space for LGBTQ+ veterans and their families. As many of all of us here know, homelessness broadly is an issue we as a country have identified and are working to address. But for specific segments of our population, particularly veterans, and even more specifically LGBTQ+ veterans, homelessness is a prevalent issue. In addition to social, economic, mental, and health-related issues, LGBTQ+ veterans often have to navigate social stigmas and are frequently confronted with discriminatory practices that limit their ability to access the care and support they deserve. Ending veteran homelessness once and for all is a key priority for the entire Biden-Harris administration. President Biden has made it clear that every veteran deserves a roof over their head, and he has fought tirelessly to expand services and funding to make veteran homelessness a thing of the past. As you heard from Dr. Maria Lorente, eliminating veteran homelessness is a key priority for the Department of Veteran Affairs. Through the funding of grant programs, creation of new housing units, the provision of new legal support services, VA has taken historic action to ensure all veterans have a safe place to call home. Just last week, VA announced it has already surpassed its goal for permanently housing 41,000 veterans this year, a month early. But for all the progress that has been made, we know that real challenges persist, which is why today is so momentous, not just for our veteran community, but specifically for our LGBTQ+ community. In true spirit of service, with a capital S as I say, with the opening of this space, Minority Veterans of America is demonstrating their continued commitment to serving their fellow veterans. They are doing this by developing unique solutions to complex problems in order to ensure that no one is left behind. To Lindsay and team, thank you so much for the privilege and honor to be here and share this space with you all. A really sincere, heartfelt congratulations for this incredible journey and really beautiful house. I'm also going to invite her to redecorate my house whenever I get to that point. Phenomenal. Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here with you.
Thank you so much, Tahina, for your commitment to our veterans. Next, we have John Harry, Subcommittee Staff Director of the House Veterans Affairs Committee. John has played a vital role in advocating for policies that support our veterans. Let's give a warm welcome to John Harry.
Thank you. So on behalf of Congressman Mark Takano, the ranking Democrat on the Committee on Veterans Affairs, thank you so much for having us here. I'm thrilled to be here to celebrate the opening of Community House. Mr. Takano sends his apologies. He wanted to be here himself, but he wasn't able to make it. As a veteran, I'm honored to work for a member who makes taking care of our nation's veterans his top priority. Although he's not a veteran himself, he's made it his personal mission to ensure that the committee and the government are meeting our obligations to those who have worn our uniform. As a gay veteran, I'm proud to work for a member who sees us. One of Mr. Takano's biggest priorities on the committee is ensuring that all veterans get the care and benefits that they deserve, especially populations of veterans who have historically been marginalized because of their racial or ethnic or LGBT identity. Creating a VA that is welcoming of all veterans is our mantra. Since Mr. Takano took over the committee leadership in the 116th Congress, he's worked hard to expand veterans' access to Congress beyond just the big 6 VSOs, to more organizations who represent minority, tribal, and women veterans. Community House is a first of its kind, hopefully not a last of its kind program providing transitional housing services to LGBTQ plus veterans who have historically been invisible because our services country was not recognized. While we're grateful that the marginalization is improving, we still have a lot of work to do to ensure that LGBT veterans have access to all of the same care and benefits that their cisgendered and heterosexual peers, and to ensure that that care is culturally competent for members of the LGBTQ community. I know many of us, looking at you, are frustrated with the pace of that progress, but know that we will not quit fighting. We're grateful for organizations like Minority of Veterans of America for being our allies in that fight and for keeping me honest most of the time. I'm so excited to see how this partnership between MVA and King County can create a repeatable model that we can expand across the country. Even I trip up over those. I'm sorry. LGBTQ plus veterans experiencing homelessness need a community house in their area. Thanks again for inviting me today, and to the future residents of Community House, welcome home.
A couple more shout outs. They tried very hard to hide. I see you back there, Angie Parker. Angie is one of our people to finish out one of our amazing programs, our Emerging Leader program, and they're out there in the community doing amazing things for veterans themselves. Also, we've got Jacqueline McGrieve. Where you at? They're a person that works side by side with me, does a lot of community engagement, and plans our events. It's really great to have someone to do that, so that I could focus on a lot of other things. Up next, I want to say thank you so much for those wonderful words. And up next, we're going to welcome Roma McCraig to the stage, or we're going to recommend Roma to the stage. Sorry. REI has been a longtime supporter of our mission and the LGBTQ plus community. And our next speaker is Roma McCaig, Vice President of Public Affairs and Impact at REI. Please welcome Roma to the stage.
Thanks so much for having me. So good afternoon, everyone. I'm Roma McCaig. I'm the Chief Public Affairs and Impact Officer at REI. I am also the proud executive sponsor of our Warrior Inclusion Network, which is our employee resource group serving veterans and allies, and I use pronouns she and her. It's really an honor to be here today as we celebrate the opening of Community House, a place where the concept of coming home takes on a new, profound meaning for LGBTQ plus veterans. At REI, we've always believed in the transformative power of time outside to heal, to ground us, and to bring us back to ourselves. And that has been the root of much of our work with MVA. But for so many veterans, especially those who have faced homelessness, discrimination, or the difficulty of reintegrating into civilian life, finding a place to truly call home is a much deeper journey. And that's why today is so important. Community House isn't just a building, it's a sanctuary. It's a place where veterans can come home, not only to a physical space, but to a community that sees them, embraces them, and supports them as they heal and rebuild their lives. We know that coming home means more than 4 walls and a roof. It's a feeling of safety, of comfort, of finally being in a space where you can breathe, be fully yourself, and find the support and care you deserve. And that's what Community House will offer to the LGBTQ+ veterans who pass through its doors, a place where they're not just housed, but where they're understood, respected, and uplifted as they move through and past the challenges they face to a new and brighter future. At REI, our partnership with MVA has been rooted in this idea of creating spaces of belonging, whether it's through outdoor programs, listening sessions that shine a light on how our industry can better serve diverse veteran populations, or advocating for groundbreaking legislation like the Accelerating Veterans Recovery Outdoors Act. We've worked together to ensure that veterans, especially those from communities that have been systemically left behind, can find connection and healing in nature. We've seen how time outside can help people reconnect with themselves, and we know it's about more than just physical surroundings. It's about creating community and spaces where people feel like they belong. And that's why today is so special. This house is more than just a transitional space. It's a place where veterans who've been through so much can begin to rebuild, to find strength, and to take those next steps towards self-sufficiency. And they do it with the whole community standing behind them. For us at REI, it's a privilege to be part of that journey. We've seen how the work we do with MVA has made a difference, not just in connecting veterans to the benefits of time outside, but in helping them feel seen and heard. We know that the outdoors has the power to transform lives, and we believe this home will do the same. It will offer stability, support, and hope to those who've given so much to our country. As we gather today, we're opening more than just a building. We're opening the door to a future full of promise, dignity, and homecoming. We're bearing witness to a future unfolding where every veteran, regardless of who they are, has a place to belong. To the team at Minority Veterans of America, and to all who support their work, and to everyone who's worked tirelessly to make this vision a reality, we thank you. We're so proud to be on this journey with you and look forward to continuing to support and uplift our veterans, both in the spaces we create and in the natural places we cherish together. I'd like to invite Nicole up to make a special presentation.
Thank you, Roma, and thank you, everyone. It's amazing to be here in community with all of you. As we opened today, Lindsay spoke a bit about the importance of creating a space by and for members of the community, and to that end, REI wanted to add a bit of color to what is already a beautifully designed space. I can't wait for all of you to see it. And my first opportunity to visit this space, I heard a little bit from Lindsay about how they were inspired by the work of Ray Sinarigi, trans painter, as some of you may know him. And so REI will be commissioning Ray to come into the home to create a mural, a painting, a piece of artwork to suit the space. And we thought that with Lindsay's incredible eye for design, that they would best create it directly by working with him. So Ray couldn't be here today, but he created a little video to share a little bit about his reflections and wishes for this space. And in the meantime, since this piece will take probably a few months to put together, we wanted to share with you a piece from Ray that honors the spirit of what we hope folks will feel when they're in the home. Wow. So congratulations to the MBA team. Thank you to all of you. And I think we have a video queued up to share a few words from Ray.
A feral, hive-minded coven bent on revenge.
Okay, now we can say this. It's gonna work.
It's all the way up. It's all the way up.
Talk to each other.
Okay, this is the tyranny of technology. You gotta love it, you hate it, you can't live without it.
The entire team behind the Community House. Hello. This message is for Lindsay Church and the entire team on Community House. Name is Ray Sanrigi, aka Trans Painter, and I was invited by the REI team to lend my skills as an artist to this amazing community space that we have built. As we know, LGBTQ veterans are disproportionately impacted by mental health issues, harassment, and mostly suicide, leaving far too many veterans struggling with houselessness. I am just so incredibly grateful for the work that you are doing to address these unique challenges by offering stable housing and tailored support services to help these veterans and their families. Creating a community space for them centered around love and grounded in knowledgeable compassion that shouldn't be unique, but it most definitely is. You all are doing something truly groundbreaking, and I am so honored to play a role in making the space feel as welcoming and calming as possible. Thank you for leading the way. I can't wait to work together on this incredible project in the coming weeks, and congratulations on the opening.
Can I get a picture from the porch with everybody in this flag? Like, somebody want to take that? Let me make sure it's upright. You all are going to be in it, just FYI. Every one of you. Anybody want to hold the, Rama, you want to hold the quarter, Nicole?
There you go.
You want to get it here? Okay, you hold it there.
Everybody
Everybody get in. Everybody get in. If you're in it, let's go. Nobody, don't make me stand here by myself. Come on. Come on.
Not really, no.
Come here. We'll go.
We're all here. Everybody's here.
Gotta get Nicole. Nicole, I need you. Nicole. Yeah. Evan. Hello. Evan, come up.
Get out of it.
Where's that? In the back.
Hey, we're just squeezing a little bit, just in time.
I told you I wanted a flag, and you're like next level.
Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Hopefully in the big place.
I'd like to say thank you to Roma and Nicole for your support, and thank you to all of our speakers. Yeah.
I just want to say thank you to everybody who's spoken and for coming all the way out here. A little backstory about the flag is that Nicole was over here when this was a not so polished construction site. When we were sitting on this very porch talking about the dreams and the visions of what this would be. And I just so happened to mention that I love this really incredible trans painter on the Instagram. If you are on the Instagram, I'm 85, sorry. If you are not already following, you should be looking for trans painter. They're fantastic. And I said I wanted a flag, and I thought that like that was the big thing, and here we are. And I mentioned it once. Nicole was like, I actually know them. So now I know what you were doing in the background for the last couple of months. So thank you so much for the support. You all have been incredible partners. And it's really just been incredible to see so many folks jump in here and offer your books, your vinyl, your friendships, your contacts, your love, your dedication really into making this place a home, a place that we can welcome people to what we have designed and built, and that they will know that this place was designed with their unique needs and their unique stories and experiences in mind. So thank you to everybody who has laid hands on this place, who has spent time and just really invested in this community for everything that you've done. Thank you.
Before we move on to the ribbon cutting and we transition to that, I do want to give a few additional shout outs. Up here, we've got some wonderful people as well that have not been mentioned. That is Bob Jensen, Melissa Boatwright, and Morgan Dye. I am really appreciative of all these different folks who have done such amazing things to make this project successful. Real quickly, I just want to say one last thing. When I was a young kid, my dad said, if you don't have a place to play, if people aren't being nice to you, find your own place and welcome others who had that same experience. It has really shaped my life. This is part of my life's work, is just really creating space for others, even if I couldn't find a way to say that. And I really have to give a big shout out to Lindsay. There's just that person that calls you up and say, hey, you want to go fight somebody? Right? There's that person that says, hey, let's go disrupt the system. It's going to be messy, but we can do it together, and I promise that we'll stick with each other. Don't let this white dinner jacket fool you. We've been getting dirty. And it is truly an honor and privilege that I'm that person that you call. And I look forward to so much more with you. We cuss, we yell, we fight, we scream, we get to fucking work, and we get shit done. So we're gonna move on to the next phase. As we conclude our program, we invite you to join us, and together we'll witness the official ribbon cutting ceremony for the community house. Please welcome Bob Jensen. What? Okay, please welcome Bob Jensen, Vice Chair of the Board of Directors for Minority Veterans of America, to lead us in this important moment.